Hello, Vero Beach Elementary. Miss Morey here, your assistant principal and lead learner, coming to you live from summer school at Sebastian Elementary. I am here picking up where Miss Emerson left off in the Lemonade War. When she stopped, we were reading about Evan and Jesse. They were chatting in the basement, and Evan did not seem to be enjoying their conversation too much. So let's see what happens next. We are going to be picking it back up at the top of page 6, so follow along with me. "Spent it," said Evan. "On what?" "Stuff," Evan said. "Well, I've got, well," Jesse's voice dribbled down to nothing. Evan stopped throwing the ball and looked at her. "What?" Jessie pulled her legs tight to her chest. "Nothing," she said. "Right," said Evan. He knew that Jessie had money. Jessie always had money squirreled away in her lockbox. But that didn't mean she was going to share it. Evan went back to throwing the baseball. He felt a tiny flame of anger shoot up and lick his face. Thwop, thwop. "We could build a fort in the woods," said Jessie. "Too hot." "We could play Stratego." "Too boring." "We could build a track and race marbles." "Too stupid." A thin spiderweb of sweat draped itself over his forehead, spreading into his hair. With every throw, he told himself, it's not her fault. But he could feel his anger growing. He started popping his elbow to put a little more juice on the ball. It was flying a good 4 feet into the air every time. Straight up, straight down. Pop, thwop, pop, thwop. The bats in his chest were going nuts. "What is the matter with you?" asked Jessie. "You've been so weird the last couple of days." "Aw, man, here they come." "I just don't want to play a dumb game like Stratego," he said. "You like Stratego. I only picked that because it's your favorite game. I was being nice, in case you hadn't noticed. Look, there are only 6 days left of summer. I'm not going to waste them playing a dumb game." Evan felt his heartbeat speed up. Part of him wanted to stuff a sock in his mouth, and part of him wanted to deck his sister. "It's a stupid game, and it's for babies, and I don't want to play a stupid baby game." Pop, thwap, pop, thwap. "Why are you being so mean?" Evan knew he was being mean, and he hated being mean, especially to her, but he couldn't help it. He was so angry and so humiliated and so full of bats, there was nothing else he could be, except alone. And she'd taken even that away from him. "You're the genius," he said. "You figure it out." Good. That would shut her up. For once. Evan watched the ball fly in the air. "Is this because of the letter?" Jessie asked. Crack! Evan had taken his eyes off the ball for 1 second, just for 1 second, and the ball came crashing down on his nose. Crud! Oh, crud! He curled over onto his side, grabbing his nose with both hands. There was a blinding, blooming pain right behind his eyes that was quickly spreading to the outer edges of his skull. "Do you want some ice?" he heard Jessie ask in a calm voice. "What do you think?" he shouted. "Yeah?" She stood up. "No, I don't want any stupid ice." The pain was starting to go away, like a humongous wave that crashes with a lot of noise and spray, but then slowly fizzles away into nothing. Evan rolled to a sitting position and took his hands away from his nose. With his thumb and index finger, he started to pinch the bridge. Was it still in a straight line? Jessie peered at his face in the dim light. "You're not bleeding," she said. "Yeah, well, it hurts," he said. "A lot." "It's not broken," she said. "You don't know that," he said. "You don't know everything, you know. You think you do, but you don't. It's not even swollen. You're making a big deal out of nothing." Evan held his nose with one hand and hit his sister's knee with the other. Then he picked up the baseball and struggled to his feet. "Leave me alone. I came down here to get away from you, and you just had to follow. You ruined everything. You ruined my summer, and now you're going to ruin school. I hate you." When he got to the bottom of the steps, he threw the baseball down in disgust. Thud. We're going to stop there. That's the end of chapter 1. I cannot wait to see what happens next, so stay tuned on Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube channel.